act like you are so bad, right? One thing that I don't like about my people is the miseducation and the intelligence. Because if you think, right, that you got to be stupid and that's gangster or that's good, right? Let me tell you this. Let me tell you, stupid people, this. They have people in this world that don't know about pressure points, don't know about body language, don't know about nothing, but they think they're bad. But then you have somebody that do know about body points, pressure points, knowledge of the human body. For you hood people, right, that think you hood, right? And you think that, see, this is the miseducation of black people in the so-called hood. You think that just because somebody speak right for us to do correct, you think they speaking against the hood? Like, let me tell you something. I'm not with that nonsense. I am not nobody lapdog. Because the majority of the dudes in the hood enslaved by other men. Okay? And y'all want to talk about this Epstein Island stuff? Well, they got a whole bunch of men in the hood that's on the Epstein Island stuff. The women as well. So when you people want to talk about good or what, like, man, I tell you, this world is burning slowly. Okay? And this is why I tell people, I don't care whether it's on the internet or it's outside. Don't tell me nothing. Okay? Don't tell me nothing. I ain't nobody friend. I ain't nobody punk. Like, I'm living for God and the universe. I ain't living for none of you humans. For real, people be thinking that you wake up and you born and you living for them. Nah, no, no way at all. You know? And the black man in America, sure, sure, sure. You call yourselves kings, right? How could you be kings in the street when you got peasants arresting you? You ain't no king. For real. Like, kings don't get arrested. Okay? And you're gonna keep on doing this thing where what we blame. When is this nonsense gonna stop in America and around the world where black men gonna stand up? Who you gonna keep on blaming? The government? You gonna keep on blaming the government in world history. The government this, the government that. But then after that, you always siding with the government, whether it's Democrats, whether it's Republicans, whether it's the police, whether it's the firemen. So, like, as I say, black men in America, and this is why I say black men in America, you talk a good game, but you can't back it up. Okay? Because if the ones that's in the so-called streets, right? You want to diss on the regular folks, and this is why I tell you that black men need to wake up. Because don't matter if you in the streets, or don't matter if you is, I'm not going to say a working person, a 9 to 5 person, because you people that say, oh, you're a civilian, I'm a gangster. Don't you know how stupid y'all sound? Y'all sound so stupid and unintelligent. Okay, because for all the black men in America and around the world, whether you're in the West Indies or Africa, you think you so gangster, right? How you gangster and you got these people running the world? You ain't no gangster. You ain't no gangster. Okay? You cannot be no gangster if you are being ran by other men. You are not no gangster when your children got to go to other men to beg. You are not no gangster when they could lock your children up and you can't do nothing about it. So what's being a gangster? Huh? Like, I ain't with that nonsense. Yeah, we all come from the so-called hood, but what is it when you could keep on coming from the hood and they lock you up for fun. You screaming racism, but you not screaming togetherness with your own black people. And that's one thing I be telling a lot of brothers. I don't want to hear that nonsense. Don't tell me nothing about, oh, black power this. It ain't black power when you was banging on your own brother. Okay? Because when it comes to really fighting or defending something, y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that. Okay? Y'all take the easy way out. And the easy way out is, let me grab a 9, let me grab a Glock, or let me grab whatever type of firearm it is, and let me go put fear in my community. Let me go rob whoever out there that got it that I want. And I'm going to take it from them. That's gangster. If I got to put somebody down, I'm going to put somebody down. And I don't care. That's gangster to them. I'ma show money to my community. I'ma floss in their face. That's gangster to them. You know what people call that? That's looking at the hood? Call you fools. Because all the money that you think you got in the so-called hood, this is why they say that stupid ass word, hood rich. You know what hood rich is compared to a small bank anywhere in this world? Hood rich is nothing compared to a small bank. Okay, and when you hood rich, right? How many brothers and sisters you know that had a good amount of money, then next thing you know, bam, Babylon come and arrest them. Where's all that money? You got to start from the bottom going all the way back up. And it ain't about the journey, starting again, but it's like, yo, I'm sick of my people playing cat and mouse with each other. And I'm sick of my people playing cat and mouse with this world. Because who's winning? Huh? Who's winning? What's gangster? What's tough? Like, that's why I tell people, I don't care who you is. I don't care what color you is. Nobody in this world could tell me what's gangster. Nobody. Because I don't listen to that nonsense from nobody. And if you had sense, you wouldn't listen to nobody telling you what's gangster anyway, because I ask a whole bunch of men in the hood and a whole bunch of women, what has that gangster done for your community? What has that gangster done for your life? What has that gangster done for the people down the block? I don't care about people telling me they from the hood. You ain't from the hood if you don't do nothing for the hood. You ain't from the hood if you don't take care of the hood. Because the only thing you do is see death and destruction in your community. Let me tell you something, my people. We got to stop destroying each other, okay? And then we get mad when somebody else do it to us. How could you get mad when somebody else do it when you do it every day? Okay? So you got to understand the sick, sadistic part about that. Oh, let me kill my brother. Let me kill my sister. Let me do my people like that. Nah. And this is why I say I don't want to hear nothing from nobody. Because you think you're going to explain to me stupidity? Nah. I don't need that. Because all you people that talk about, oh, you gangster or you this and that. Well. Keep on saying, man. The black man got this gangster story from the Italian. The same men that don't even like you. But you gangster, right? You gangster. Tell you, black man, you got a lot to learn in America in this world, okay? You take upon things and names from people that don't even like your existence, really. Okay? And for people to be like, oh my gosh, don't say that about the Italian mafia. They like black people. How you? Yeah, sure. When black people was getting beat down and the Italian mafia was making money hand over fist, and when the Italian mafia was throwing drugs inside of black communities, it was the Italian and the American mafia helping black people out. So let's stop it. Okay? And one thing I'm sick of is black people suckering up to other people. Okay? How could you be a king and a queen? I try to get our people together, as in Latino, blacks, or Hispanics, right? But as it goes, didn't y'all say y'all started Bloods in New York City in the 90s because of Latinos was beating black people up? Huh? Now, what's the same thing that goes on in California, where a lot of the Mexicans got the brothers scared. But they don't want to tell you that. They don't want to. They don't really too much want to talk about that though, huh? They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about how the Mexican brothers and sisters in California got a lot of the black brothers and sisters scared. So where's your kings and queens at? And I'm not saying that I want my Latino and my black brothers and sisters to fight, but it's to show you we fighting on all different scales. But then you want to fight our Latino brothers and sisters too? And they got certain racist Latinos out there and Hispanics out there. But I'm not with those. I could care less about them. I care about the good Hispanics and the good Latinos that actually know their African heritage. I don't want to sit down and talk to a Latino or Hispanic person that look at me as somebody different than them. No, I can't sit down and have a conversation with them. Okay, and I won't. You know, but a lot of our brothers, you know, they are scared. And this is one thing I don't like, where a lot of brothers be trying to act like they tough, right? But the Caucasian man punked you, the Hispanic man punked you, the Asian man punked you. So why you think you tough to your own brother? That shit don't make no sense no more. Okay, it didn't make sense before, and it don't make sense now. And this is why I'm going to continue to say what I say. Black man and black woman, others will continue to use and abuse you because you are not together. Yes, it may be people that think that they're together as in regular folks, but when it comes to this street stuff with black people, you divided like ever before. Let me just say this. It could be different Chinese gangs or different Asian gangs, right? But they will band together to destroy you. You black people won't do that. You're right. Say, I'm Crip. I'm GD. I'm P-Stone. I'm Folk. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. I'm just sick of the nonsense, you know? Could be so tough with every brother, every sister. And let me repeat myself, okay? Because a lot of people are foolish and stupid and don't have common sense. When I am talking about racist Latino people and racist Hispanic people, I am not saying that for people to go out there and fight anybody, okay? And this is where people need to start to really use their sense, but I keep on overstanding. People in this world ain't got sense, okay? People ain't got sense because they'll take the little bit you say as in something and they'll run with it. You ain't gonna never take my words and run with it, because even if you do, F you. I don't care who you is. And this is why I'm always brave enough to say I stand alone, because I don't need nobody to back me up, because whatever I say, I could say bravely and I could say completely. You know, some people be wanting people to back their words up. No. For real, because I done been there where other people that wasn't melanated didn't like what I said because I'm defending black people, and I watch black people turn against me for others. Okay? It happens every day. It's nothing new. Okay? Black people love to turn against each other and kiss other people, be you, T T. You know, ASS. Yeah, black people love to do that. So nowadays, when I see black people do that, I'm not surprised. And I'm not even ashamed. I'm actually disgusted. You know, because I remember when it keep on happening, I'm like, yo, those ain't no riders. Those ain't no black men. Those ain't no black women. Those are just pass by day people. You know, those are vampires. For real. You ain't looking for trouble with the world, right? But you damn sure ain't gonna let nobody disrespect your people. Okay, bless up, elder. Bless up, man. I'm just talking about the soft black people in the world, you know? Because I'm really sick of our people kissing up to other people, and then when you speak like how I'm speaking, they want to talk about, oh, he's being racist, or you hear how he's speaking. No. Okay? No. Ever since I can remember, as a kid growing up, I don't care who you is, but they use white and black or Caucasian and melanated people as this big cover-up. No, I'm not with that. As I said, anybody that got a problem with black people around the world, I have a problem with you. And if you have a problem with that, so be it. I don't care. Okay, because I'm not like, yeah, you got to explain things to unintelligent people nowadays, but let me tell you this. For the people that think that they could just hate on black people for no reason or before, like, no, I ain't with that. Okay? You think that you gonna make my people nowadays call you master or say yes sir or no ma'am? No! I ain't never been with that, and I ain't never being with that. So when I speak like this, if you don't like it, I could care less. Because I ain't never been one of them people for my people to sit down. You better stand up. Okay? I don't play that crap. I don't play that crap. So this is why I always bring it back to black men in America, black men in Africa, and black men in the Caribbean islands. If you think you somebody, let me take off my jacket. Hold on. Let me take off my jacket, because as I said, I'm not playing when I speak about things like this, and I don't care who like it or I don't care who dislike it. Okay? Because this ain't something for you to like or dislike. I keep on saying it every day, whether I speak on the internet or whether I speak to people face to face. This ain't never been a game. Never. And when I look at you black brothers nowadays, y'all are soft. Y'all are Pussy. Cause I be humble and calm. And I look at a lot of brothers speak about different things. And the reason why I say the brothers, and the reason why I'm always naming the men, because you little sad punks, right? I remember I heard a lot of dudes used to say, why you always mentioning the black brothers? Why you always mentioning the black brothers? Let me tell you something, you little PUSSYs. You are cowards. Okay? You are cowards. Cowards with a capital C. Excuse me for that. I almost said an S. I caught myself. No, you're cowards with a capital C. Because you know why? If the man, and we ain't talking about no color, if the man is supposed to be, what y'all say, provider, right? Now, protection is providing warmth. Okay? Let me say that again. Let me break it down slowly for you people that don't understand common sense. Because they put programs, systems for you to talk, and they put program systems for you to live. So what they put, that's what you live by. But when it comes to break that box, you scared. Now let me break that down. As a man, right? They tell you you're supposed to be a provider, and as a woman in this world, you're supposed to nourish and care. Okay, let me be honest. It's the most nonsense that they fed people. Okay? But humans will continue to take that. Because the system that they put into place to say stuff like that, alright, if you provide, right, as a man, right, what are you providing when in history our women was beat down, and our women are still getting beat down and treated like crap today? So, and I'm going to say this, and this is why I always big Carly B up. Y'all think it's okay to diss on her that, yeah, she used to be a stripper and a bartender, right? But let me tell you, the majority of you black men, if she shake her butt in front of your face, you would want to pop that, okay? I'm not here to play games with you people. I'm not here to play games with nobody. Okay? I said when I take my jacket off, I take my jacket off. Not playing. Y'all think that it's okay to say stuff. And this is why, like, I laugh every day when I watch certain people. And then certain black men come on YouTube and social media and act like they're teaching our people, or they act like they're doing something. Oh, we're saving the kids. We're saving the community. Y'all ain't saving nothing. Okay? And if y'all don't like what I'm saying right now, I'm talking to any black man on YouTube, any black man around the world, because I dare to challenge any one of y'all to care about the hood, to care about our people. Okay? I challenge any one of y'all, because you know what? Y'all don't give a damn about our people. Y'all could care less. Okay? That's why when people talk about, oh, he blood, she crip, he a GD. Nah. At the end of the day, that's still my people. I could care less what flag they wearing. I could care less how they feel. You still my people. Okay? Right now, people want to be mad, right? And this is why I tell you, people don't use their skill. Right now, everybody mad at Nicki Minaj, right? For certain things she do with Trump. And as I said, I could care less. I could care less what Trump do. I could care less what a Democrat or Republican do in America. Because I know the truth. And I know what's really going on behind the table. You think I'm going to let people pile on a sister when they use one to control many? Huh? Because it's okay. You may not like what Nicki Minaj do, as in talking to Donald Trump. Yeah, I get that. I get that. But don't try to think that you want to hate her or you want to do this and that. Like, nah. I watch so much people in this world that act like they tough or gangster or talk gangster stuff, right? And these people, let me see, are soft like marshmallows. Okay, like, one thing my uncle, my mother, and my father always taught me: all that loud shit ain't gonna get you nowhere, and all that loud shit ain't doing nothing. Okay? A lot of you people speak about, oh, I don't like Trump, I don't like white people, I don't like the Democrats, I don't like the Republicans. All you rappers, all you black entertainers, all you black celebrities, I ain't never seen none of y'all step up to the gate yet. Okay? And this ain't about asking about their money, right? But Jay-Z been rich. Puffy been rich. Jay Pence been rich. Suge Knight been rich. Y'all think years ago when all of them wanted to do a distribution deal to get distribution for rappers? Yo, let me tell you, black men and black women, we have enough money on this globe, right, to create our own. But you know what? Every day I study, and every day I wake up and I look at different things, because I'm not one of you pass me by day people that study when they want. No, I study every day. Even as speaking right now, I'm studying. Okay? Like, You think that you got to put, like, because we going to leave the money out of this. Leave the money out of this right now. But you thinking that Jay Prince and Suge Knight couldn't put their minds together to build distribution companies? Yes, they could have. But the thing is, black men in America that want to start business from rap always thought that we needed these white corporations when we don't. Okay? Because if they say this is a white world, right? Let me tell you something. I'm not from the days of making people punk us, okay? So if this is a white world, you gotta understand we make flavor in this world. You better understand, you better understand how to take over. But you don't, because you thinking violence to take over. No, intelligence would always reign supreme. Okay? Because the people that run this world, you have to understand they're being clever. Okay? They're not being smart. They're being clever. Okay? And this is why Caucasian men could run white men, black men, brown men, and other men. Because you know why? Y'all don't like to hear this, right? But they know how to use their cleverness on people, okay? And a lot of people will say the nonsense, oh, the Caucasian race is supposed to own the world for 2,000. Yo, get that nonsense out of here, okay? Because whenever you say something stupid like that the Caucasian race is supposed to own the world for 2,000 years or 5,000 years, so that means that my people were supposed to bleed and suffer, right? I ain't with that nonsense, okay? I'm not with that. You don't ever explain nothing like that to me. If they were supposed to reign, my people were supposed to suffer. Millions of black people died for this earth, okay? Not a country or not an island. Millions of black people died for us to even be on this cell phone on YouTube, for us to have a structured place on earth where we say, how they say, for example, the world runs on Dunkin', right? You got Dunkin' Donuts all around the place. You got KFC all around the place. You got McDonald's all around the place. You got Nike all around the place. All these big businesses that came together years ago. So you don't think if people like Suge Knight, Jay-Z, Puffy, if they put their heads together like the so-called forefathers of America and British royal families and other people behind them, because it's not only about America and the Britons. Come on, you don't see that nowadays that a lot of the dirt is coming out? Just this morning, what are we are still in February 19th, right? Thursday. Shout out to Kima, I love you. That's my girl cousin, the diva. I love you. And I'll shout you out on my live. I love you for life, yo. One of the best girl cousins in the world. And I hope you enjoying your Earth Strong. I hope you enjoying your birthday. Another lap around the sun to your beautiful self. Okay. Now, today's February 19th. And they said on the news that they arrest Prince Andrew because he's in the Epstein files. Let me just say this, and I'm going to say this to every American and to everybody on the globe. Let's keep pushing for them Epstein files to leak out in the public fully. Okay? Because I want to see everybody named that the public needs to see. Okay? And let me add in ADD. This is bigger than the Epstein files, okay? But they like to play with the public and they like to make the public stupid, okay? And the majority of the public is stupid because for you to run a world and for you to run a country, you need followers. Okay, you need stupid people. And for people that be thinking that, oh my gosh, God is going to do this. God wouldn't. They gave you a God, right? So you could keep on suffering. Okay, now. The reason why I always said the Messiah and God is within all of us, melanated and beyond, because they will think that they gave us God to the world. But let me tell you, let me talk to you Caucasian people, and let me talk to you other people too. And let me talk to you black people and brown people as well. Whether you want to say God, Buddha, Jesus, whatever, that's implanted in every single human being. Okay, because once you got a soul and once you got a spirit, you are connected to the Most High. Okay, whether you want to consider that a male or a female, but it sounds crazy to say that the Most High or even Jesus. Because I remember the other day, me and my brother was having a conversation, and I said, people are so sick, right? You think you're going to draw Jesus, the Messiah, down to a male or a female? Huh? 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 No. And that's how sick humans are. If you think that you could just draw Jesus or the Messiah, the Savior, down to a gender. He was black. He was white. He was a girl. Yeah, sure. Just like the Most High is a mystical energy, Jesus is a mystical energy as well, and a teaching, okay? Because people think they know Jesus, right? But I'm going to say this. Y'all call him Jesus, but y'all still only got like probably 10% of the teachings that God gave to Jesus. Okay? Y'all ain't learned nothing yet. Okay? And to be honest, I'm still learning as well. You know, not about Jesus Christ, but about the powers, okay, from God on down to his messiahs, okay, on down to his prophets. Hold on. Sorry about that, excuse me. No, you know, like, for example, you know how much times I bumped into people that told me they was mentally weak? You know how much times I seen people do certain things to people? And I'm going to just say this. I'm not going to explain it. And I'll leave that for next live. Because as I said, people talk. But bless up, Elder. I'm about to read y'all comments in a minute. But I just want to get this spill out right now. People talk, right? And like me, I grew up in the South Bronx. I ain't grow up fat. I ain't grow up tall. I was skinny and short. You feel me? And my brother and my boy cousins and the elder dudes on the block, they was always taller than me or fatter than me. And one thing I ain't gonna front that I had over on them is I could think. You know, and I always thought what some people would say awkward. I always thought unorthodox. I always thought outside the box. I didn't, and I still don't. I don't like to think and process my mind like everybody else. I don't like to do that. I actually hate that. Okay, because if I could process my mind and think like everybody else, what's the sense of me using my mind and having a mind if I can't think individually? And that goes for everybody else. What's the sense of you having a mind if you're going to go along with what somebody else go along and thinking. You're supposed to process things on your own, okay? Because it's like this. If I like vanilla ice cream, open-minded might like chocolate. Marlene might like butter pecan. And that's all good. I'm not supposed to tell open-minded he better eat chocolate and then he supposed to agree with that. No. Okay. Now, many times I done seen people, as I just said, with people was weak mentally. Some people, they needed help because people was trying to punk them. And I'm going to say this for real, because, like, don't matter what, I can't lie to the universe. You feel me? You could try, but none of us can lie to the universe, because you could speak witchcraft out of your mouth and talk nonsense, right? And you know you lying, but you think that's actually real? Huh? It's like, I'm going to use this for an example. A person that never had a pair of Jordans, but tell people they used to have Jordans when they was kids. And you know that's a lie. But then when people call you out on it, like your mother or your father or your brother or sister or people that grew up around you and said, I never seen Jordans on her feet. I never seen Jordans on his feet. Why did you lie? You lied so people could probably get along with you. You lied because you thought it sounded good at the moment. We need to stop that. People need to stop that, okay? Because the same people that you lie to try to impress, they don't care about you. Because you're lying to them to impress them on something materialistic. And this is why I say, I watch so much people in the world. This is why when people talk about they bully the bullies, no you don't. No you don't. Because I done watch people in this world where they was fat. And people teased them. And not that I stood up, but I don't care who you is in this world. I don't watch people getting mistreated and think it's okay. I don't care who you is. You could be fat. You could be a blood. You could be a Crip. You could be short. You could be skinny. You could be a Mexican. You could be a Jew. You could be whatever. Hold on. Yeah, I don't care who you is. And some people will be like, yo, that's crazy. It don't sound right. But let me tell you something. I ain't do it to sound right. I ain't do it to be nobody's savior. But I'll get to that in another live too, because I would talk about that one day of Super Lion and Superman. Now, I tell you, I did it because of my spirit and my soul, and I grew up around men that was men. Okay? They wasn't going out there like saving the world, but I grew up around men that didn't bully people and men that stood for something. You know, and this is why I'm never ashamed to say a lot of you men nowadays, y'all don't stand for nothing and y'all are cowards. Okay? Y'all are cowards. Y'all are cowards. And you thinking that, like, this is why I'm gonna always talk like this, because you thinking that just because you got a gun, just because you got drugs, that you're a gangster. You ain't no gangster, you're just a tool. Okay, you're just a tool. So stop thinking that you're a gangster, because gangsters ain't gonna never say that they a gangster. Okay, hold on. Big up King Delvin, big up Elder. These people are energy vampires. Want to say thank you for supporting my new venture. Oh, nah, keep on banging out, man, because, like, your joint, like I said, man, people be coming up here thinking that they want to have problems with people, and I'm going to be honest to you. I've been trying my best to work with this, but I'ma just wait, because as I say, I don't play with people until they really play with me, and then after that, like, I show you that you shouldn't have played with me at all, because I don't rock with people, I don't rock with people. If I don't know you, and especially if you ain't my family or anything, and I don't know you like that, don't joke with me. Cause I'm not into your joking retardation, or I'm not into your slowness, okay? Hold on, please. Okay, excuse me for that. No, because a lot of people think, well, I wouldn't say people, because, shout out to all the females out there that got respect and got respect for themselves. A lot of so-called tough guys out there, they be thinking that you gotta be disrespectful, or you gotta disrespect a dude, and I came on this social media joint humble, and I would say it had, you know, me, what is it? I could say it had like 4 guys that thought they was tough, but on my grandmother's grave, they'll have to jump me if I see them in real life, okay? Because one thing I don't do is play with pussies. And a lot of these dudes get on this social media joint and they think that just because they was in gangs or they in a group, that they think they bad. But I'm going to say this. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of pussies together, okay? Because you ain't men alone and you ain't men together. And I'm going to leave that there. Because I'm going to be honest. You say something ever else again, I'm going to come and look for you. Okay? I'm going to look for you. Because the main one, I'm going to just say this. When I finish with you, your little stupid people won't say nothing. Okay? And I ain't talking about no death. I will beat him up with my hands. And put it like this. I ain't going to say that person's name until they say something again. And they say something, I'm going to embarrass them. Because you know why? You maybe weigh 150 pounds more than me. And you maybe think that you a tough guy because you in a gang, right? But let me tell you this. I'm waiting for you to say something. And we could box with our fists. Okay? Fist to knuckles. Fist. No gloves, fists. I'm from the South Bronx. Okay? We could fist box. So you say anything else again, and trust me to Jah Rastafari, I will embarrass you in front of this world. Because as I said, I don't even like saying this, but it was 4 people, but it's one, he's the major pussy. You ever say anything again, and you're going to feel sorry that you ever played with me. And trust me, I still got roses for your wife. I'm serious. Because she don't even respect you. Okay. That was a little sidebar right there. Y'all be like, damn, Delvin, why you saying that? As I said, I tell people don't play with me because I don't play with people. And I don't play with men of thinking that they tough. Okay? Because, like, if you think you tough, so be it. I don't care. I'm a man. I ain't know for a man to ever punk me just because he think he tough. Okay? All right. I want to say thank you for supporting my new venture, of course. Talk the truth, King. Y'all better listen to King. He drops knowledge with a passion. Well, I don't know how to, even if I put it comical, I'll still drop like Jah, God, the universe. It gave me something where, even if it may, like, you can't understand it and it's inside the garbage, like my mother and father and God first in the universe gave my mother and father me. And I'm going to just say this, because y'all people don't like it, but I was gifted, okay? Remember that commercial, King. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. I see some of these adults never seen that. Well, to be honest with you, Elder, and this is no shade against nobody on YouTube or the social media joint. Like, if I don't know something growing up, right, I'm going to go to my mom's, my pops, or my brother, okay? And I'm going to ask them, because when it came to learning and when it comes to learning in life, I like to learn certain things. So, like, a lot of these dudes and females, see, we think that it's okay to just blame the dudes. Nah, man, let me tell you, I'm crazy. And when I mean crazy, you could take that how you want. But everybody get hit. Let me tell you something. You think just because you look drop dead gorgeous, I ain't gonna tell you that you're doing foolishness? Yeah, you can look drop dead gorgeous all you want to, but a fool is a fool. Okay? And a lot of men, I'm gonna say this. In the hood, y'all are like twat get y'all weak. Okay? And this is how many men throughout history was set up by twat, by pussy. Okay? Because anybody in this world and many people in this world, they know how easy it is to say. Y'all got mad when Cardi B said that she used to, what's the name? Mess with certain dudes and then after that get them robbed. That's not her fault. That's y'all fault for being soft and pussy. Okay? Because you so-called street dudes, right? If y'all was smart and wise, right? And this is why I tell you, the streets or the so-called streets that black people think that they know, one of the things is, right? A female was always used to take people out. Okay? But y'all ain't wise. Y'all stupid. Y'all are stupider than stupid. Y'all call yourself street dudes. Y'all call yourself gangsters. But y'all could be taken over by pussy so quick and so easy. Like, get out of here. Smart. I'm getting all the information my brain can hold. Knowledge is infinity. And that's the thing. Like, let me tell you something, man. I remember my mom said it and a lot of elders told me. You can learn from anything. And for the people that don't want to partake in that, I'm sorry. I used to not feel sorry for you, but nowadays I do feel sorry for you, because if you look at a garbage can, right? Some people will say it's just a garbage can. But I will tell you like this. You can use a garbage can, right? And you could take a garbage can, and you know how they, well, I won't say people because people don't do that. Back in the day, certain elders used to tell you, you write down the good stuff and you write down the bad stuff that you don't like about yourself. Now, this is why our ancestors and our elders always told us that our imagination was going to always be key, okay? Let me say it again. Our imagination would always be key. Now, if you was in school when you was a little kid and your teacher told you how to write your ABCs, right? And then the next day your teacher showed you how to write your ABCs in script or in cursive. Now, the first day you remember the regular alphabets, regular English. When you use your mind in making it flexible, because you got to understand this. Your mind that you got, some people, they beat themselves up. You know, they beat themselves up. And I ain't going to lie. I used to beat myself up mentally too, because I overthink a lot of things. And I used to like to try to get the proper situations in certain things, or I wanted, and I still do. I like certain things to go a certain way, and if it don't go a certain way, I'm not with it, because I have a mind where it go. I live a certain way with things, you know. I don't go off of my track, you know, and I don't do that for nobody. I live how I live. Now, you could take the things out as in the teacher told you the first day, you write your A like that. And then you go into the second day of she teaching you how to write your A in cursive. Now you're going to always have that in your mind of how you was writing the regular alphabets the first day. Now in your mind, the second day, you could trick yourself out and be like, yo, it's kind of hard to write that capital B in script. You know, and you there playing with your mind. And this is why I'm going to bring a subject on that too, of where a lot of times we have to not let our mind play tricks on us. I'm going to say it again, because whatever is going on in your mind sometimes is not going on in reality. Okay? Now, as I say, I'm getting back to the garbage can. You could take the garbage can, right? And subtract the things out of your life that you don't like. Throw it in the trash. Not physically, but spiritually. And this is why I always tell people, stop thinking that when people say spirit and spiritually, they're talking about religion. Religion is not spirituality, okay? I'm going to keep on saying it. Spirituality gave birth to religion. It's not the other way around. But we live in a systematic program world where they think it's okay to process things a certain way. And when you make humans have to think, this is when they don't think. Okay, let me read the comments. My parents told me as a young man, ignorance is a choice and knowledge is a must. Let me read that again. My parents told me as a young man, ignorance is a choice. I'm going to read it again because I just love stuff like this. Okay. My parents told me as a young man, ignorance is a choice. You choose to be ignorant if you want. And I'm going to build upon what open-minded the elder said. You choose to be ignorant even to your own self. Okay? That's how deep ignorance get, to the point where some people don't even know what they doing. And when they do it to others, they don't care. And this is why you have to be wise. Okay? You have to, like, and me saying you being wise, right? That's not you waking up every day, or you waking up one day and you gonna know everything, or you waking up one day, excuse me on that, because I tripped up on my words. It's not you waking up every day and you're going to be smarter than everybody or you're going to be on top of everything. No, bit by bit, you're going to open up your own intelligence. Bit by bit, you're going to open your soul. Bit by bit, you will find out your spirit is with you every day. And bit by bit, you will see yourself, and bit by bit, you will kind of see others within yourself. And this is why you will know certain things when you see somebody getting loud and talking all this and that, or you see certain people being ignorant for no reason, you know what that is. When you see how certain people act, you know what that is. Like, I put up a post the other day with Cardi B, and the elder said, shout out to her, and I said she came a long way. And I'm going to always give respect to Cardi B, because you know why? West Side Bronx, and the thing is, people could judge all they want. And this is why I say people don't know God. But you just say you know God. You just talk a good game. It's not for me to bash any human on this earth with the point where I'ma act like I got the power of the Most High to say, oh, I don't care about Cardi B. She don't deserve to be on this planet. This and that, this and that. Yeah, I could say that, right? But what am I really doing with that energy that I'm saying? And this is where it comes to where a lot of people are wasting energy. Not wasting time. Because I remember growing up when I used to say I used to waste a lot of time in doing that. And I remember a lot of elders last year and this year. And I think you said something about that too, open-minded. Where it ain't wasting time, Delvin. Because everything counts in the time. And you may be wasting energy, but you're not wasting time. Because the time gonna go. You feel me? Whether you thought it was valuable time that you spent, the time is still there. But we say wasted time because we thought that we didn't value it. Nah. It's still valued, but not in our mental mind, but the time is still there, if you get what I mean. So like, it's the energy that like you'll say, like, you know what? If I had to walk them 12 blocks and it probably took you an hour, some people will probably say their energy was wasted, But during that time of you walking down them 12 blocks, right? How many people did you meet along the way? What did you do along the way? So that's why you have to overstand and understand in certain things you say and even certain things you do in life. Don't harm yourself, okay? Don't hurt yourself either. And this is why we all know life is a journey, and it's a process where you're going to learn everything by the millisecond, by the second, by the minute, by the half an hour, by the hour, by 6 hours, 12 hours and 24 hours. We are here to learn, and we are here to do many other things too, but learning is one of the major things. Okay, let me see. You can buy a watch, but you can't buy time. And how many watches people done bought throughout history? How many time watches people done bought? How many computers, cell phones with different things that tell the time on it? And I remember as a teenager, I used to do a lot of things fast. You feel me? I used to try to, how could I say, maximize my time. And I remember an elder looked at me one day and said, Delvin, you better stop. You gonna burn yourself out. And I did. I burned myself out because I thought doing this and that, doing that right there, doing this, and like getting stuff, knocking stuff out of the way and doing stuff fast. And when you finally realize you burnt out, and I remember like my moms used to tell me that too, don't burn yourself out. And I used to be like, I got it. And you know when you feel that joint? When you're sitting down by yourself in the nights. Or anytime when you by yourself. That's when you feel it mentally or physically. And then you feel it spiritually. Okay? And that's why nowadays, even how I'm speaking right now, I speak calmly. I speak, well, not calmly, I make sure I speak somewhat into, like divisions. I wouldn't say calmly, knock on wood. Sorry, brother, and sorry, father. Because I still have that fire in me that'll never escape, And this is why I really don't associate too much with people that got nonsense, because if you's a smart man or you's a smart woman, right, you won't mess with people just because you think you could, okay? And I'm gonna be completely honest. If this was like 25 years ago, I don't think I would have been able to come on YouTube, because the people that I was speaking about earlier, I would have come after all of them one by one. And I wouldn't have killed them, but I would have beat the crap out of them. I would have beat the living crap out of them. And you'd be like, yo, what you talking about? How would you know? Well, I'm going to just say this. A lot of people that talk trash about you or talk trash towards you, they don't know your skill set. Okay? They don't know your skill set. And I wouldn't say that I was trained into a certain fighting style, but I was trained into a certain fighting style, and I was trained to take pain where the average man wouldn't take the pain that I could take. And Mr. Lewis, like he said, make sure they dish it out, right? But when you wash the dishes, make sure they dry. I'm going to say it again. Make them dish it out. But when you wash the dishes, make sure it's dry. Grandma used to say, only a fool can fool a fool, and I'm no fool. I'm no one's fool. Excuse me for that, for knocking up your joint. No, and like, that's where a lot of people... A lot of people don't take heed in knowing certain stuff. Let me see what time. 20 more minutes. Get off of work. He at work right now. Knicks is supposed to come on tonight. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be real. And you see, and I'm saying this. I'm gonna say this. I be trying not to say this about the Brooklyn Nets. Now they're playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. The score is 48-68. And I'm gonna keep saying this, like, I remember it was like 2 weeks ago that the Knicks, the Indiana Pacers, they was in 13th place, in the Knicks, if I'm correct, 2 weeks ago, we was in 3rd place in the Eastern Conference. Now, I remember my basketball coach used to always tell me, it ain't about the record and it's not about the name. It's about the person that's playing in front of that person. And I remember he told me that in 7th grade, and I used to get mad when he used to say that, because I used to be like, nah, man, like, they can't play. We're going to dog them. It don't matter about that. Let me tell you this. Because me and my coworker was talking about this earlier, and as I said earlier in my life, I always been skinny and short, but I played football, basketball, and baseball with the biggest. you know. Now, playing football, I used to like to play a running back, and yeah, a lot of times I got sacked, you know, trying to run. A lot of times playing wide receiver, yeah, I caught the ball sometimes and I got knocked down. The other day I was telling my brother the first time I played basketball on Prospect Avenue between Home Street and 168 and 198 Park. I was like 6 years old playing basketball with grown men. Okay? 6 years old. I'm playing basketball with teenagers and grown men. Okay? And like I told my brother the other day, every time I tried to drive in the lane, I was getting hit. They was knocking my head off. I'm getting fouled. I didn't complain or cry. Because you know why? At that moment, as a little kid at 6 years old, I ain't care about none of them dudes. I didn't even care about myself. You know what I cared about? I'm playing basketball. Okay? Plain and simple. I'm playing basketball. And as I told my brother the other day, I said my skills in my mind mentally, I thought I was Jordan. I thought I was Magic Johnson. I thought I was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I thought I was the world. But these teenagers and these grown men, yeah, they let me play because I lived around the way. But the thing is, they wasn't going to take it easy on me. Okay? That's one thing I always noticed when I was a little kid playing basketball with the grown men. They wasn't taking it easy on me and they wasn't babying me. So when I look at the Brooklyn Nets right now, but I'm going to get back to the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks. They was in 13th place. We was in 3rd place. Okay? And if I'm correct, I think they was 13-40. Now, I don't really know the Brooklyn Nets record right now off my head, but I'm going to post it when I get off of work later on. It's not about the record, but it's about, come on. We just came off the All-Star break. And I know the Cleveland Cavaliers for the past few years, they've been one of the top teams in the East. Yes, I get that. But I'm going to keep on saying about the Brooklyn Nets. I'm a New Yorker. Okay, I grew up in Brooklyn and the Bronx. I'm from Brooklyn and the Bronx. We cannot keep putting a team out there like that. Okay? The Brooklyn Nets, I'm not going to say, oh, they don't got nobody to play. But this is like, to me, I feel like the Brooklyn Nets are tanking the games. That they're giving up on the season. And it's sad because you got people that's paying $5,000 for your tickets, $600, $10,000. Like, come on. People pay their money to see your games. Okay, ain't nobody from Brooklyn or New York is getting free tickets to the Barclays Center. So if you grew up in the city, you know downtown Brooklyn, we didn't have a Barclays Center in the 90s. So for us to have a Barclays Center now in Brooklyn downtown, you gotta put something in. You gotta play for the city. And I mean the same thing with the Knicks. When we look stupid as well. You can't have no teams in New York, professional teams looking like this. Because don't matter how much trash I talk about the Brooklyn Nets, it get me mad because I lived in Brooklyn. Okay. Oh, shoot. Ah! The game is on now. Oh, my gosh. The Knicks is losing by 4. The game, oh man. I don't even really like watching this TV at the job anyway, to be honest with you. Okay, well, open-minded, thank you very much for telling me that. To be honest, I probably reach home second quarter. You know, probably reach home second quarter, in the middle of the second quarter. But I just looked at my timeline and I can't even turn the TV on at work because I don't even want to see the Nets score. Because to be honest, I turned it on and watched the Knicks and the Detroit Pistons game. And I'm going to say this. The Detroit Pistons, we need to win tonight, okay? We need to beat the Detroit Pistons tonight. The New York Knicks, we need to win tonight. And this game, if we win tonight, is not going to tell us of winning in the playoffs on the Eastern Conference. But come on now. Okay, like I keep on telling people, I've been watching basketball probably since my mother had me in her belly. Okay, and I could hear the games. But I could remember watching basketball from 3 to 4 years old as a kid. Now, let me tell you this. The last time we won is 1973, a championship, right? Detroit Pistons is mad what we did to them last year in eliminating them out of the playoffs. And I'm going to continue to say it. Why you think the Detroit Pistons got the best record in the Eastern Conference Finals? I'm a Knicks supporter. I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm a supporter and I'm a basketball player. I don't think I can never be a fan. If that ever comes out my mouth by mistake, so be it. But I'm never a fan. I'm a supporter and I'm a basketball player. Now, a lot of people that just watch as fans, some of them don't remember certain things and some of them don't even know certain things. Because I'm going to always say this. A fan don't know the game good as a player do, okay? Because a fan, he could commentate or she could commentate on the game. But a fan ain't going to really understand that a player hurt their ankle. Or a fan ain't going to understand that you broke a pinky and you still playing. Okay? Fans don't get stuff like that. But players understand when players do stuff like that. If you playing on a bad knee. Or if you got a bad... What is it, if I'm correct? I remember when Kobe, I think he broke his arm. I think his middle finger. And he was still playing on that joint. Okay? Like, let me tell you, I pricked my finger, my middle finger back many times. I pricked my pointing finger back. Many times my hand got jammed. I done like chipped my nails off. A lot of things done happened to me playing basketball. And even to the point where I walk how I walk right now, all because of the game. You feel me? Like, yes, a bus ran over my leg, a car ran over my leg, but to be honest with you, that joint ain't like, I will say that, to be honest, my sports injuries was probably worse than a bus or a car running over me. You feel me? Because, as I say, I remember when the bus ran over my leg. You know how fast I wanted my leg to heal up so I could just get back to basketball? And let me tell you something. I remember when my leg was going down because my ankle was swollen and my kneecap was swollen. Okay? And I remember just trying to work on it, of making it go down just so I could play. I hurt myself many days just so I could play basketball. Okay? I'm all Brooklyn, but the Nets come on. We waited years to get a team to play like that. Come on. No, and I don't like that because, like, we just can't have teams like that in New York playing like this. And to me, I think the Nets, I'ma draw down the top teams in the NBA in the East and in the West to see the worst records, and I'm going to see something. I'm going to draw it down because I'm going to do some math, you know, because what is it? Darrell Peterson may be in the top 10 of the draft class, maybe, but you got a lot of people coming in because you don't know if you got Gilbert Arenas' son, he's playing. Carmelo Anthony's son, he's coming to the NBA. You got a lot of young players are coming to the NBA, you know. Shout out to Mikey Williams, man. If he would have leave the streets alone, he would have been in the NBA. If he would have leave ignorance alone, he would have been in the NBA. God bless and thank you for everybody that joined my live. Open minded, good looking, elder.